Ava, it is so great to see you, and we're really looking forward to working with you in just about a week and a half.
Yeah, it's definitely really exciting.
Yeah. Now, I know this is going to sound kind of weird because we worked together a couple of years ago when we recorded you playing Saint-Saëns' Introduction in Rondo Capriccioso, right?
Yes, yeah, that was really fun.
But I think this is actually the first time I've seen your face because that was during the pandemic and you had a mask on. And even when we recorded that video, you had a mask on. So
Oh,
it's
oh.
great to meet you visually. So let's start at the beginning. When did you first start playing the violin?
I started it when I was 4.
Four.
My mom was a concert violinist, and she used to play a lot in the Kennedy Center, and so she was my major inspiration to start playing.
Did you initially start studying with your mom or did you immediately have an outside teacher?
My mom was my teacher until I was 6 or 7, and then I started to go to the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. My first teacher was Davis Law.
Uh-huh. So let's talk about those couple of years when you were studying with your mom, because that doesn't always work out so great. Sometimes it becomes kind of frictional with the mom and daughter relationship, but you two got along okay and made some progress?
Yeah, there is a bit of challenges sometimes, but we do manage to work them out.
And you taught her a lot.
Yes.
And then when you were going to the San Francisco Conservatory, that was probably at the pre-college division.
Mm-hmm. I've been in the pre-college for about 7 years now.
So suppose you're in one of those unfortunate moods where you're tired, you really don't feel like practicing. What is the thing that gets you over that hump that makes you do it anyway? Is it your own willpower, or do you get assistance from your parents saying, come on, Ava, just do it. Once you get into it, you'll be okay. I mean, what kind of gets you over that hump?
It's sometimes that. It's sometimes my parents encouraging me,
Uh-huh.
then I do it. Or there's like a very easy way, which is listening to the recordings of my pieces, played
Uh-huh.
by like other people, and then I get like motivated and then I practice.
Motivated to do it better than they do, right?
Just like when I play the pieces and when I hear them, I wonder how exciting it would be to, play with orchestra with this.
How many times have you gotten to play with an orchestra?
So for Lynchburg, I played Tzigane. Okay, that was in April of last year.
Uh-huh.
In May, I played Prokofiev 2 with Prometheus Symphony.
How
Uh,
did you do with all the mixed meters in the last movement?
we had quite a few rehearsals actually, so that was really helpful.
That's great.
And I got to know a lot of the orchestra members, so
Uh-huh.
that was really fun. And then I played the Barber Concerto with the Olympia Symphony in October.
Wow.
In January, I got to play the Mendelssohn with the Philharmonia in Mexico.
Well, that is terrific. Well, those are a lot of really great pieces.
Yeah,
Well, you mentioned just a couple of minutes ago that you played Zigeunerweisen, and you know what that means, right?
yeah, it's like a gypsy piece.
Yeah, and so you've played Gypsy Airs by Sarasate, and now you're about to play Tzigane, which is also a gypsy piece, right?
Yeah, I find you get to have more fun with experimenting with the orchestra or the pianist.
Do your friends ever think you're kind of a nerd or a geek, for spending so much time playing violin, or is it kind of something that makes you seem really cool in their eyes, or it's just sort of in the middle?
They don't really associate me as a geek or a nerd. They do think that I'm pretty cool, I think. They say that.
I think at your age, when they say it, they probably mean it.
Yeah, I have this tradition every single birthday that I had. I am in an online homeschool, so I can just turn on my camera and, speak to other kids. So I have this Indian solo composition that was made in 2018 by Rina Esmail, and I played that last year for my 13th birthday. with a presentation, and they thought that the violin was really cool because it made all those like really cool sounds that were associated with Indian instruments.
How did that whole Indian composition come about? Does it have anything to do with your heritage?
I am part East Indian, actually. It was pretty cool to me that I could play something that was part of, me, because my dad is part East Indian. It's been really fun to play for other people since I've been playing it as part of a recital.
Music is very much part of your life, and it may be too young to think about a decision, or is it? I mean, have you decided that this is really your calling in life and you definitely want to go into music, or you're not sure?
Yes, I definitely aspire to be a concert violinist and a soloist, like in front of orchestras. A lot of famous violinists and, upcoming famous violinists have really inspired me over the years. So each year there's more of a feeling that I really want to do this.
Let's rewind for just a second because you said you started playing at the age of 4.
Mhm.
Were you already reading ordinary language in books at the age of 4?
I read at 2.
You read it too? Wow.
I like reading. I think that shows.
And so
But
now, if you look at a piece of music, can you hear it in your head?
I have perfect pitch, so yeah,
Wow,
I can hear it in my mind.
that's great. Do you ever have music in your dreams?
I have had a few dreams where I've randomly came up with like some kind of piece, and then
Uh-huh.
and then I'm like, wait, this could be something because this sounds good. And then I
Yeah,
wake up and I'm like, wait, and then I like sing it to myself, and
yeah.
then it's gone, and then I never find it, and I get super angry. I've had those before.
Do you do any composing?
I occasionally write my own cadenzas. I remember it was like early quarantine, and I started going to blues classes, blues and jazz.
Uh-huh.
It was run by Christian House, jazz violin. He's really cool. And he made a piece called Postlude. So I played it for him in front of his class, and he was like, "That's great. You know what you could do is take this entire section, make a whole new section." And it was in right smack in the middle of the piece. So I have composed things classical like Mozart, but I've also branched out to blues and electronic. So,
That is great.
yeah,
Do you have any interests outside of music? You said you like to read a lot.
I love to read. I read a lot of mystery novels.
Uh-huh.
Agatha Christie, Nancy Drew. I like making jewelry, keychains, earrings, necklaces.
Uh-huh.
I like baking, brownies and lemon squares and stuff. So I like doing those in my free time. They're always really relaxing to do, very therapeutic.
If you like baking, do you ever watch those English baking shows?
The Great British Baking Show, we watch it every year, me and my family. That's always really fun.
Well, it's really great talking with you and hearing about your wonderful life, and we're really looking forward to having you star with the Stockton Symphony in just a little under 2 weeks.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.